Friendship is often built on shared experiences, laughter, and trust. But the Prophet ﷺ redefined friendship. His love for his companions was not just casual, it was deep, transformative, and filled with selflessness. He didn't just lead them, he loved them. He made each of them feel valued, understood, and irreplaceable. And in return, they loved him more than they loved their own selves. The love of the Prophet ﷺ to his companions was a love that made each one of them feel special. One day, Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu came to the Prophet ﷺ eager and hopeful. And he asked, Ya Rasulallah, who is the most beloved to you? The Prophet ﷺ, without hesitation, replied, Aisha. So Amr smiled, but he meant among the men. So he clarified, and among the men, Ya Rasulallah? So the Prophet ﷺ said, her father. Amr continued, thinking maybe his name would come next. He was like, and then? The Prophet ﷺ said, Umar. Amr realized that his name wasn't coming up any sooner, but he never felt dismissed. Why? Because even if he wasn't first in order, the Prophet ﷺ made every companion feel uniquely loved. This was his way. He saw the strengths and beauty in each person, and he let them know it. And now, do we make our friends feel loved? Do we uplift them, or do we take them for granted? Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was not just a companion, he was the Prophet's closest friend. When the Quraysh were plotting to kill the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had to leave Mecca, and guess who he would choose to journey with him? Abu Bakr. It was in such moments that bonds were strengthened, not just through words, but through unwavering support to protect the person that you dearly love. And that's called loyalty. And now, are we loyal to our friends? Do we reassure them in difficult times? Or it's just a casual kind of love that knows no loyalty? His love to the companions was also a love that corrected with kindness. The Prophet ﷺ's love was not blind, so he guided his companions. He corrected their mistakes, but always with wisdom. Once a young man named Abdullah, who loved the Prophet ﷺ dearly, but he was struggling with drinking alcohol. He was repeatedly punished for it, and yet he kept falling into the same mistake. So one day, after Abdullah was brought again for punishment, a companion angrily said, how many times must he be brought for this? May Allah curse him. And so the Prophet ﷺ turned to him and said, do not curse him, for he loves Allah and His Messenger. What a response! Instead of condemning him, he saw the good in him. And so when our friends make mistakes, when our friends fall short, do we push them away, or do we help them become better? Because if we claim to love Him, we must also strive to be like those who loved Him the most, and we must also strive to love our friends like He loved His friends.